you draw a diagram, and the diagram becomes architecture. So what we were looking at, once again, was the ocean that ran along the area here. We're looking at, once again, winds that came from the west side over here, sun that came east and west. And we looked at the kitchen being on the morning side of the house. Always think about the kitchen enjoying east light. The sun is a wonderful thing to gain in the morning. In the afternoon, the warmth in the living room. And we looked at the house as around a courtyard. So very simply then, this became a living room with a fireplace sitting in the floor, seating areas around the fireplace, the dining room in this area here, the kitchen that was back in this side of the house on the east side with sun coming in the morning, and the idea that the library on this edge of the house would enjoy the quiet, and we could block the west sun with that. But we're watching the beach, looking at the surf, looking at a pool that sits in the yard, and it became a place that water in an infinity pool poured over into the ocean visually, and then water in the front kept the acoustics that were from the noise of the road and the train away from the inners of the house. Enter here, look to light, look to the right, the library, a piano, look to the left, through the dining room towards the kitchen, views up and down the coast. But all houses that we work on become diagrams that are bubbles, then start to become harder lines, and the forms start to come together. And it's an exercise in thinking with the hand and the mind that will go from just a little bit more detail than this to the computer, where it really becomes an organized piece put together by the designers that are working with me on the house. So it all begins as a pattern and a diagram. The idea of where things are and how they interrelate, adjacencies and the opportunities of the sun in the afternoon, the sun in the morning, the views to the water, and the idea that the bridge puts together the guest and the master, looking down into the wonderful views of the house. We're very, very proud of as architects. And that, I think, is the greatest reward an architect can have.